Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the study. Going to be talking about Longeveron cell-based therapies. Before we proceed any further, I would like to state that the information in this video is not a recommendation to buy or sell any securities and is for educational purposes only. We are dealing with a very unique situation right here with Longeveron therapeutics, and it is a very special moment in this biotech market, this sector that is such a unique arena for investing and trading. And what I really like about this company and this opportunity for this trade is that we have something called a PRV in play, a priority review voucher. Before we jump into that, though, I want to show you a little bit about this company. The company has a lot of good information on the website, state-of-the-art facility located in Miami, Florida. They are a brand new company out on the stock market that IPO'd in February 2021. They also have a pipeline looking at various products here, focusing on Alzheimer's disease, aging, ARDS in relationship to COVID-19 infections that we are seeing a lot from the pandemic, that these respiratory systems just get knocked out. So they are focusing on that and other stuff too. But more importantly, we need to talk about this HLHS, hypoplastic left heart syndrome. What exactly is this? It's still really early. It is a very rare disease state that occurs in newborns that have incomplete developments. Their heart is not 100% developed when they are born and results in complications. And it's really sad. And it's cool that we have a company that's trying to help out with that using these novel therapeutics. Other cool things about this company is that the shares are the shares have gone up so much off of this news that took place with the FDA. And the FDA actually gave them this rare-pediatric disease designation to Lomecel-B is the name of the treatment for this rare congenital heart defect in infants. And the drug makers who eventually get this FDA approval of a drug granting this ability to get priority review vouchers and PRVs, they can use this pretty much to obtain a priority review for another drug or sell to other companies. So when we look back in history, when we look at Miriam Pharmaceuticals won a priority review under the a priority review voucher under the FDA approval of its cholestatic pruritus drug product that it had for patients with Alagille syndrome. And they were saying that they want to sell it for 100 million or something around that figure. And that is the advantage in the trade idea right here with this biotech company. When a company has that PRV, it pretty much builds value into that biotech company. And then you may be asking me, what is a PRV exactly? And Wikipedia actually does a very good job of explaining the history and how this came about. It was developed actually in 2007, and they have the explanation here. Got extended in 2012, and then pretty much it was a way to kind of get these drug companies to start working on treatments for these neglected disease states. And the priority review is a process that is prior to approval, where each drug in the U.S. has to go through a detailed FDA review. This is pretty much the final step after phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. All of that is done. This is done through the PDUFA Act, the Prescription Drug User Fee Act. And pretty much once they get that priority review done, it's the final decision from there. And what this priority review voucher program does, when we look at the history, is that you don't see that many companies, for the time length that this program has been around, The first one was actually awarded in 2009 to Novartis, and then from there you see a couple companies here. You have spinal muscular atrophy Spinraza, which most of these products go for a lot of money. They are very specialized diseases, states that they treat. And you also have Epidiolex from GW Pharmaceuticals for different types of seizures. And you look at the list here, it keeps on going on. Vertex Pharmaceuticals with cystic fibrosis. And here we are now. Fast forward to today, where we're looking at Longeveron cell therapies, and we now have this pediatric case on board here, where when we look at the stock chart, it just tells you the enthusiasm. This is a stock that's brand new, IPO'd at around $10, dumped all the way down to $6, and you look at this trend, and it's just been bouncing all over the place, like biotech stock normally does. And we had a dump earlier in August, and this thing got really low, and then we have the pop, and here's the pop. And we can zoom in a little bit closer on the 5-day 5-minute chart here to get a better idea of what kind of big moves we are seeing. And in one trading day off of this enthusiastic news, you could see that the stock hit a high of $9, then the next day got to a high of $14.75 and came down after that surge. And I actually created my entry here around $10, this teal line that I have here. And I'm okay with creating my entry here at this point, because the stock does have that PRV on board, which brings extra value to this volatile biotech name. There are risks involved in this trade. One, it's a biotech stock. It can go all over the place. That's what biotechs do. There's also the risk of, if the company decides to do a share offering and dilute the price down so that they can raise capital. I don't think that will play out in this scenario, but you can't rule it out. Anything is fair game in the stock market. And then lastly, I'm okay with putting money here because the stock did get to cool down, and I like that it's kind of now hovering in this range here from 11 to 10, or actually 11 to 9. It did hit a low of 9. And I did a pretty good job of creating an entry here to get exposure. But I do expect this news to create even more volume and volatility in this name, just because they have the importance of that PRV, which pretty much gives them the ability to sell this PRV out to another company. And with this company now at a valuation of about a market cap of $191 million, the sky is the limit here if they are able to achieve a deal between 100-200 million on this, which will result the stock doubling up from this point. So there is a lot for a potential upside boost, or even the possibility of a squeeze if there's short sellers going on in this situation as well. But there's a lot of information that I'm giving you right now, and my main goal with this video is to illustrate this trade that I decided to go with off of this news, because there is a situation here where you have that upside that you can capture because of that added value through the PRV to the company. And guys, it is a little tricky. It is a little confusing. This is one of the unique things about trading in the biotech markets. There are so many little hidden gems here and there. But this one, I'm so glad this one popped up and I could share this video with you guys. And I will definitely be sharing the trade with my followers and subscribers and see how this one turns out to be. Hopefully a good ending But of course, being in the market, you always have to be prepared for the worst. That's what I always say to everybody. So on that note, I don't want to make this video any more longer. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. You can subscribe, like the video for more content. Visit me at thetradestudy.com, and I will see you in the next one.